actually see myself live. This is Aiden's old fiddle.
See if both of these streams are up. All right, we are live in 2 places, hopefully. There's that one coming up. See if this one, oh, it says we're going live in 3, 2, 1 on Facebook. All right. Well, let's see. It says we're going live on Facebook, so I don't know. Well, let's see. We're going to try to see if we're up. Hello to any of you who are watching. I think we are live on, I think we're live on YouTube. There we are. All right. Trying to see if we are live on Facebook. And we probably are, but, you know, just waiting for my internet. My internet has been so slow today, I could have sworn that I heard the AOL connection in the background. Right, exactly. That's exactly what it sounded like.
You got mail.
I think that you're the guy who did that. Oh well. Hopefully we're up everywhere. So we're gonna start our evening. So welcome everybody. I'm Candace Shalou. I am the spiritual director at Jubilee Circle here in Columbia, South Carolina, and joining me tonight, as he did last week, is Michael Reisman, who is our music director and also musician extraordinaire. So he's gonna play some violin and viola with us tonight, and so we're going to give you a little bit of a preview of what is coming up this Sunday, May the 10th. We have been streaming live since like the end of March, beginning of April, throughout this pandemic and social isolation or social distancing or whatever it is, and so we're planning on doing just live streams through May, no matter what the governor might have to say about things. So we're going to try to keep everybody safe and not let folks come back in until everybody feels like they can do so safely. So what we are going to talk about this Sunday, as we continue our Via Transformativa theme of Go with the Flow, because really, what other choice do we have at this point? Not much at all. So we are going to talk about going with the flow of the way, and really that the title doesn't really flow, but what we're talking about is, you know, everybody's talking now about the new normal. You know, we've really sort of lost our way. That old way that we were accustomed to is really gone right now, and so we're sort of creating the new normal, and this is an opportunity to make a new way. The old way was inefficient. The old way was greedy and selfish, and so now we have a chance. We have a chance to make a new world and to make a new way in the world. But first, we have to create that realm. We have to create that inner way that we will be living before we can project it out into the world and start to live the way of love, the way of peace, the way of joy out into the world. And so we're going to be using some scripture from the Gospel of John. We've been in the Gospel of John since Easter, and we're in this one. It's a very familiar one. There's all sorts of very familiar ones, especially if you were raised Christian. This is where he talks about, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and we will get into that on Sunday. But what I wanted to discuss today, as Michael goes to take a cough, is he talks about in this scripture about going to prepare a place for us. And as I was raised in the Southern Baptist Church, and that meant, you know, Jesus was going up to heaven to prepare you a mansion just off of the, you know, main street of gold. But that's not really what he's talking about here. What he's talking about preparing for us is that place within. He's talking about preparing our hearts and our minds to become the love that this world needs. That is the place that he is preparing. That place is always available to us. And we spend so much time out here in the ego running around, wah, that we can't go to that place that has been prepared for us. But when we live from this place within, this seat of divinity, that is when we can change the world. The Course says the world will change through each of us. That is the only way that this world changes. There is no other way for it to happen. And so we first must go within. We first must take that place that has been prepared for us by Jesus, that has been prepared for us by the Holy, take that seat within and learn how to control our thoughts, learn how to control our mind and our feelings in this world, and learn how to see through all of the chaos in this world, and instead see that everything that is happening, all of the people who we say are greedy or mean or whatever, these are scared people, these are frightened people who are looking for love. And so we have to be able to see through their egos. We have to see through the things that make our egos mad at them or upset with them. And when we can do that, we can only do that when we take that seat within, that place that has been prepared for us. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that, about how that is the way that we will come into peace. That is the way we will realize who we are, that we are beings of love, and that is the only way that this is going to happen. So we're going to talk about the flow of that way. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that, about how powerful we really are when we live from that way. And every Wednesday I've been talking about ways that you can help during this pandemic, ways that you can help those who may be less fortunate and may be struggling during this pandemic. We've talked about restaurants, we've talked about the hungry, and I found a place today called the Good Plus Foundation. And they are mainly in New York and Los Angeles, but during this pandemic, they have been working with providers all across the nation to help low-income families pay their bills, to help them pay their rent, to help them buy groceries, to help pay other bills like utilities and such. And they're also getting much-needed supplies to low-income families to take care of their children during this time. So if you would go to goodplusfoundation.org, you can find out more information about them. So far, they have already given out $125,000 in microgrants to help families pay their bills during this time. So there are so many of us that are struggling, many that have lost their jobs, many that have to go back to their jobs in states here like South Carolina where it's not very safe to go back. But they have to go back because they can't get unemployment because restaurants and other places are opening back up. And so if you can help these places, please do. And so that's called goodplusfoundation.org. All right. So Michael and I are going to sing and play some songs for you. So we're going to give you a little bit of a preview. Since we're not playing popular songs you hear on the radio, we're playing my songs and Peter Mayer songs and Ricky Byer songs. And Peter and Ricky have graciously given permission for these songs to be used, and we appreciate that. Visit Peter Mayer at petermayer.net, I believe. There are two Peter Mayers. There's one that plays with Jimmy Buffett, and that's not this Peter Mayer. It's another Peter Mayer. Anyway, that's the Michael Reisman back there. There are several more Michael Reismans too, so, so you understand that. So our opening song is going to be a Peter Mayer song, and it's called Fall. And I need a capo. Hang on. And
oh yeah, she's playing her new guitar.
and this is my brand new guitar, my little Fender. It's hard to hear for me unplugged, but it's plugged in for you. So for your listening enjoyment, here we go. 2, 3, 4. The highest destination of any given human life is not a place that you could reach if you had to climb. Wasn't up above like heaven, so no need to fly at all. Oh, what if to reach the highest place you had to fall? Fall like a drunkard on your face, like a parachuter jumping from a plane. Fall like an astronaut from space, or an acrobat for making a mistake. What if all the sages talking about memorize the pages of gravity. What if getting to the highest places, like learning what you know, like going to where you are now, like coming home. Oh, like Adam falling down from the strange unearthly angels whence he came. Oh, finding a way of trusting in the ground, as if the highest and the lowest places, they are the same. What if the highest destination wasn't up above it all? What if to reach the highest place you had to fall? You had to fall. You had to fall. Oh, okay. One mistake there, but suddenly I'm like, what chord was that? That was a B flat demolished, I think. All right. So our sermon song will be a song that I wrote back in 2018 called What We Become. And it was inspired by a quote from Richard Rohr, who anyone who knows me for 5 minutes knows that I love Richard Rohr. And I can't remember the exact quote, so I'm paraphrasing Richard Rohr. He said something along the lines of whatever it is we welcome within our hearts is what we welcome. Whatever we welcome, where is it now? We become what we receive. What we welcome welcomes us. So whatever it is that we are saying yes to in the world, it is saying yes to us, for good or for ill. So here we go. 2, 3, 4. Generosity knocked on my door, and I sent it away, fearing it would ask too much. Greed knocked and I let it in with its promise to keep me full. hate? What if we welcome kindness to cool the heat of our anger? What if we welcomed peace to beat our swords into plows? If our hearts were not so small, what would we become if we welcomed it all? All right, there we go. Let's see. I got one more for you. Sorry, I feel like I'm going through puberty. My voice keeps breaking.
Allergies.
I don't know. It's one of those things.
Instrument switch.
All right, Michael's going to go switch his instrument, and I'll tell you just a little tiny piece about this song. I wrote this song back in 2013, back when I was really sort of trying to get back into songwriting. And anyone who knows me knows I am an enthusiastic indoorsist. I love... I love the great indoors. And I was taking these, shout out to Cassie Primo Steele. I was taking some writing classes with her at Saluda Shoals here in South Carolina. A beautiful park if you ever get a chance to go to Saluda Shoals. And I was not in my element because I was outside. And we had to sit by the river, write some poetry. And so I wrote... it lives in a different sort of form as a poem, but I wrangled it around into some lyrics and wrote a song just watching the acorns fall and wondering if we could surrender our lives just like that, that's the way, it's just surrendering to how life unfolds, and the acorns just reminded me of that pattern. All right. 2, 3, 4. I sit surrounded in silence, a stillness broken by the sound of falling acorns, letting go with their destiny unknown. Some find a fertile embrace to grow and bring new life. Others fall among the thorns us along. A rainstorm could wash us away to new places where we take root, and the world can recline in silence beneath our sprawling shade. Can we let go, not knowing what our future holds? Can we let go, not knowing whether we will blossom or grow? Whether we, bless you, will blossom or grow. Oh yeah. And the sneeze
I'll
didn't
be
cost
back.
you a thing. There you go. We planned all of that. All right, so thank you so much for joining us. Sunday morning at 11 a.m., we will be right here on Facebook and YouTube for Jubilee Circle at 11 a.m. Sunday. So join us. And again, a big shout out and thanks to everyone who has been supporting us during this time where we've only been online and we haven't been able to meet in our space at 6729 Two Notch Road here in Columbia. And we will be back there very soon, hopefully, very soon, hopefully. But we will return when it is safe and when people feel like they will be safe and when we can make the place safe for everyone. So please stick with us online, and thank you so much for all of your support. You can continue to support us by going to jubileecircle.com, and there are donate buttons there. Please use them early, use them often, use them daily, please. But thank you so much for everyone who has gone and done that already. We really appreciate your support, and we will see you virtually on Sunday morning, and we are looking forward to hugging everyone at some point when we all get back. So y'all be safe out there.